What is up, CMS Braves? Welcome back to another edition, the second annual year of the 14th Colony Vodcast. We are coming to you guys live from CMS. This is our first one of the 2021-22 school year. And basically what this is it's Mr. Congleton and I talking about some social studies, what we've been doing in it, anything going on in the world, trying to keep you guys informed and up to date on what is going on in social studies in the classroom that is in 8th grade CMS. But Mr. Congleton, how are you, man?
Hey, man, it's great to be back. There's your face. This is what our faces look like. We need our students to probably film their own vodcast so we can see what they look like with these masks and everything. It's interesting when you finally see somebody's face. But this is what we look like. We'll take it. Can't do much about it. So it is what it is. But what do you think? How's the school year going? What have you done so far to start the school year?
I think so far we're off to a pretty good start. You know, we have kind of gotten into a groove of things with the kids coming back and being, going class to class and kind of getting back into that rhythm of things. And I think they're doing a good job. And so far, some of the projects that we've worked on have been cool stuff. We just wrapped up our protest poster where they got to basically pick a tax that the colonists were protesting, and they got to kind of step into the shoes of a colonist and kind of design their own poster. And then that went on to the online portfolio, which has been a really cool thing that our guys have been doing this year so far. And I said it really bluntly to the kids, with these posters that you guys make, like you can put all this time and effort into it. And ultimately, I mean, if we're being realistic, a lot of these posters basically end up in the trash. So, at some point. So with the online portfolio, what's really cool about it is they get to take a picture of it and upload it to their portfolio. And that is something that when they're old and gray like us, Mr. Congleton, they can go back and look at, like, hey, what was I doing in 8th grade history? What was I doing? What were my thoughts? I want to go back and read my America to Me essay and what I thought when I was 13 years old, and how does that compare to when, I'm older or have different life experiences. So that stuff can be really cool for them to go back and read and do. So that is something that we've been hammering really heavy this year with getting that stuff online. But there's that. Then we did the Gaining Independence quick slides we just wrapped up with as well. So that was something fun that we did. And that's all stuff, guys, that if you're missing any of that, go back, please, and look at the Google Classroom. Everything is in there. It's labeled per subcategory as well. Creating a Nation, America to Me. Now we're on Gaining Independence. So everything we do is going to be related to that. And that's kind of how we go through our school year. But Mr. Congleton, what do we have to look forward to next week? What are some of the topics we're going to be discussing in class next week?
All right. So we're watching America, the Story of Us today about the revolution. One thing you got to keep in mind is that there were a couple of battles, some skirmishes before we even declared independence in 1776. So we're going to break down the Declaration of Independence written by Thomas Jefferson, issued July 4th, 1776. So we're going to watch a short little video of Morgan Freeman and some other famous actors in the early 2000s. They're going to read the Declaration of Independence. We're going to follow along. We're going to look at some of the vocabulary words, some really nice words that were used in the Declaration, really interesting vocabulary they had back then. But then the one word that's kind of stands out is happiness, searching for that happiness that we all want to attain. So we're going to look at that. Kids are going to write their own letters of grievances. So if they have an issue in their lives, I mean, teenagers, they probably don't have any problems with their lives right now. But if they can think of one thing maybe that they're not too happy with, we're going to have them kind of write in the format of the Declaration their own letter. And then we may in the week with some George Washington research. So just that's what we got. Gaining Independence.
And those letters of grievance are always really interesting to read too, because I love just getting into the mind of a middle schooler and what is upsetting you right now. So it's their opportunity to kind of air those grievances out. But here is a little bonus activity. If you're listening, it's 4.5 minutes into this. What I want you to do on the comments, I want you to name at least 56 people signed the Declaration of Independence. 56. I want you to put the name of one person that did. Put their name down. Okay. So in the YouTube comments, go ahead and put a name down of someone that signed, and maybe maybe we'll draw something out of a hat of the people that did, and we'll have a nice little giveaway. How about that?
Okay. Sounds good.
Go ahead and make sure you do that. And guys, that's all for us today. We'll try to keep this under 5 minutes. That's about where we're at right now. So thank you for joining us. And until next time, be excellent to each other.